Okay, good evening, everybody. My name's Tara, and I'm glad that you are joining us this evening. We are going to talk about Nutrition 101. Amanda and I put this together. Unfortunately, Amanda was unable to be on the call because she works 12-hour shifts. But I am going to try to debunk just nutrition, just honest to goodness, basic nutrition. We really don't know a lot about nutrition, and that's what I'm finding with people. And I mean, people don't know what a carbohydrate is, or a protein, or a fat. So I am going to share my screen here, and now I will come back to the questions every once in a while so I can see your questions. Okay, so we're going to start with Nutrition 101. What is a macro? Okay, macros are what make up the caloric content of food. There are three categories of macros. There are fats, there are carbohydrates, and there are proteins. Very simple. That's what a macro is. It is important to count your macros and not just your calories, because where you're getting your calories from really does matter, okay? So if you are eating 1,400 calories a day, you should know what portion is carbohydrates, what portion is protein, and what portion's fat. Because if you're eating 1,500 calories a day and they're all carbohydrates, your body, that's not good. So I'm going to teach you how to, and this is for the average person. Tomorrow, I have a whole call on athletes. I mean, really, really detailed about every sport. Soccer, this is what you do. Baseball, this is what you do. I have it all broken down. But today is just for the average person that is not athletic. So what is a macro? Getting the right amount of protein, fat, and carbs will determine whether you're building, losing muscle, or whether you are putting on or losing fat. Macros for the average person versus an athlete are totally different. This call tonight focuses on the average person that doesn't exercise often or at all. Tomorrow's night call will focus on athletes and their macro needs. Let's start with protein. What is protein? Protein is the most essential macronutrient and will help you build muscle and prevent muscle loss. Protein is also the most satiating macro and will stave off hunger and make you full longer. So write this, if you're taking notes, write this next one down. Protein usually makes up 30% of your calories, okay? 30%. I'll come back to that in a little bit. So what are some, now this is when participation comes. Can you guys write in the chat there, what are some examples of good protein sources? Okay, I'm gonna go back to here and I'm gonna take a look at your answers. I can't see you. Hold on. Trying to see him. Hey, Dawn, if you can unmute yourself and tell me what some of the people are writing for some protein sources, that'd be awesome. I can't hear you. Sorry.
You muted. Okay. Chicken, steak, and eggs. Isogenic shakes. Eggs and quinoa from Kimberly.
Very good.
Lisa and Lucy sent us the chicken, steak, and eggs.
Good.
Shakes, eggs, and lean meat. I would add nuts can be a good source of protein.
They are.
No, oh, Genevieve also said nuts. Diana said fish.
Fish. Yep. Very good. Very good. Those are really good. Those are good. So when you're looking to find a protein source, those are the ones you want to go to. Steak, okay, I'm a little like, a steak every once in a while is okay, but steak is very, very high in fat. So I would put that on the moderate list, like every once in a while. I would not make your lean protein everyday steak. That's one that I might change a little bit, but those are great. Dawn, keep yourself unmuted if you wouldn't mind. Okay, so now, what are carbohydrates? We get our main source of energy from carbs. There are two different types of carbs. There are simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates. Simple carbohydrates are easily digested. So these are the ones that provide quick energy. For example, sugar, candy, soda, honey, fruit. These are ones that kind of come into your body, they get used up real fast, and they're gone, okay? You don't want to overload your eating with these simple carbohydrates. So we're gonna go complex carbohydrates. These are more nutritious than simple carbohydrates. They're higher in fiber, they take longer to digest, therefore they keep you fuller longer. They also provide a more sustained energy. That means that when you eat sugar, your kids drink a soda and they go, ah, and then they're like hit like a wall. Complex carbohydrates provide more of a sustained energy, a longer lasting energy. So some examples are whole grains, vegetables, oats, sweet potatoes, and quinoa. And someone said quinoa as a protein source. Yes, quinoa is a carbohydrate source that is higher in protein. That I also find beans, lentils and beans, black beans, pinto beans, any type of beans are another good source of carbohydrates. So write that next thing down. Carbohydrates usually make up 40% of your diet. Okay, I'm writing these down too. So we have our initial one was protein. Protein makes up 30% of our diet, and carbohydrates equal 40. Okay, so what are we missing? We're missing 30%, which my guess is
Tara, where does pasta fit in?
Right, whole grains. See where it says whole grains there? You want whole grains pasta. No white pasta. Things whole grain. And to be honest, in our household, we do not eat any whole grain pasta. That's kind of controversial. If you're heavily athletic, then like a whole wheat pasta would be fine. But I stay away from those. I keep them more sweet potatoes, brown rice, quinoa, oats, and that. But it is okay.
So brown rice belongs under complex carbs as well, right?
Brown rice. And you know, white rice too.
And white pasta is a simple carb.
White pasta is it's a complex carb that acts like a simple carb. I'm just trying to make it so simple.
Okay, go ahead. I just know pasta is a big one. It's always a big question.
Yes.
Get it on the table so we have an answer for people.
Pasta, I would stay away from, but that's because I'm very strict. But if you have someone that was a carbohydrate addict and like needs pasta, then yes, whole grain pasta is the way to go if they're going to choose pasta. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Fats, what are fats? Fats help keep our hormones levels in balance, and they're essential nutrients that our bodies need to live. Good sources of fat: avocado, nuts, coconut oil. I hope everyone on this call uses coconut oil. Coconut oil to cook your veggies in, coconut oil to put in your shakes, coconut oil to cook your chicken in. Love coconut oil. Extra virgin olive oil and also avocado oil. We also need essential fatty acids from foods and supplements, as our bodies cannot produce these on their own. For example, omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, our bodies can't produce. So we need these. Sources are fish oil, salmon, and particularly walnuts. Okay? Fats, when people say, I'm on a diet, and you hear this low-fat diet, fats are so good for you as long as they're the right type of fats. Also not listed on there is nut butters. I prefer personally almond butter, and the reason is peanuts are very acidic, and I try to stay away from acidic foods, and almonds are a very alkaline food. So my choice is almond butter, cashew butter, walnut butter, any of those other butters. And yes, it's more expensive than peanut butter, but peanuts are very acidic, and they're sprayed with a lot of insecticides and pesticides, so I stay away from peanut butter. So right there at the bottom, fats usually make up about 30% of your diet. Okay, so we have 30% protein, 40% carbs, 30% fat. Tomorrow's call will break this down differently for the athlete because it's totally different. So this is the formula we're using for the average person. Why should you count your macros? Getting the right amount of protein, carbs, and fat in your diet will help you reach your fitness and weight loss goals. Your meal plan should have a good balance of all three, even your snacks. A lot of times a mistake I hear is, okay, for a snack I had an apple. Okay, I don't know, anyone can unmute this up. Where does the apple fall into this category? All these. Where does the apple fall in? Anybody?
Carbs.
Carbs. Complex carb or a simple carb?
Complex carbs.
An apple is more simple carb. It's a fruit. And those are the ones that we don't want to overload on fruit. But fruit's fine. I'm not saying don't eat fruit. I'm saying that if you're going to choose a snack, choose an apple with a tablespoon of almond butter. What that does is apple, carbs, tablespoon of almond butter, protein, and fat. You're getting all three of your macros in that snack. Okay? Another good example, vegetables and hummus. Hummus, protein. Vegetables are carbs, complex carbs, but they're good carbs. And hummus has a bit of fat in it also. So when you coach your people to eat their meals, make sure they have all three. You do not want to have like a whole just dish of chicken. We got to add more in there. When your diet is too low in protein, you could end up losing muscle instead of fat, which results in a lower metabolism. Let me read that again. When your diet is too low in protein, you can end up losing muscle instead of fat, which results in a lower metabolism. If you aren't getting enough carbs, you may be very low in energy, and you also may suffer hormonal imbalances. Let me explain a little bit, and I don't want to get into too. Again, I tried to make this as simple as I can. We have this hormone in our body. It's called leptin, Leptin. Okay, and when you restrict your calories, your leptin level decreases. When your leptin level decreases, your leptin is your master control hormone of all your hormones. It's the big one. So if your leptin goes down, that means your testosterone goes down, your growth hormone goes down, your thyroid hormone, everything drops. Everything moves slower. Therefore, your metabolism slows down. So if you aren't getting enough carbs, you may be very low in energy and suffer hormonal imbalances, okay? If carbs and fats are too high, you may not see fat loss. So again, it's all about balance. 40, 30, 30. 40% of your diet should be carbs. 30% of your diet should be fat, and 30% of your diet should be protein. Now, how do you count all these, Tara? How the heck do you count all these? Okay, everyone is different. What I set my macros at for my goals are different from where you set yours at for your goals. As a general guideline, though, I'll split it into two categories. You either muscle building, boosting your metabolism, or fat loss. Okay, those are the two general guidelines. And tomorrow's call will go over that a little bit more. So, how do you count your macros? Amanda and I are starting a challenge group on Monday. You're more than welcome to join us. It's a 30-day challenge group. We have 130 people right now already involved with it. And we go through day by day by day by day. We're going to help you cycle your carbs. We're going to help you cycle your calories so that you can meet your goal. So if you want to join that, you're more than welcome to message one of us. Here's my biggie, guys. Download. If I haven't said it once, I've said it 20 times. Download MyFitnessPal to your phone, like right now. Right now. MyFitnessPal, okay? When you download it, it's going to ask you questions. What's your height? What's your weight? What's your activity level? Is your job sedentary? So it kind of sets it up, okay, for you. It's going to kick out a number to you, like 1,400 calories a day because you set it at losing 1 to 2 pounds a week. Now, what you want to do is go in, and you can individually do this, is change the percentage for carbs to 40, for fats to 30, and for protein to 30. When you do that in MyFitnessPal, then every day when you log in your food, it'll tell you, give you this little graph. It's like a circle pie chart. I can show you mine because I'm already done eating for the day. Sure, it'll show me if I met my 40, 30, 30. Mine's different. Again, mine's different. So my protein's a lot higher, but it will tell you if you hit it. If you're eating 70% carbs, 10% fat, and 20% protein, you are not going to meet your goals, guys. You're not. You have to follow the macros, okay? So MyFitnessPal syncs to your exercise, like my Fitbit here, exercise tracker, plus it has all the Isogenics products in there already, so it's very easy to use. Another thing is plan your food out the night before. Plan, and I know that's hard with us being parents and everything. Don't just try to wing it, because when you wing it, that's when you have issues. When you wing lunch or when you wing supper, it's not going to work out. So try to plan. If you're not going to plan a whole weekend ahead, at least try to plan the day ahead. And I actually bought a really cheap food scale at Walmart for $3.97 because what I realized was I thought I was eating 4 ounces of protein or chicken. I was eating like 9, okay? And I was overestimating, and I was getting even more calories in than I thought I was, and it really helps me. And I just do it with my chicken, but you could do it with any of your thing. It's cheap food at Walmart. Food scale at Walmart. So that, guys, let me go back here. Oh, if I could figure this out, how to get back to you guys. There we go. Okay. That, guys, is the basics of nutrition. It's so simple. I narrowed it down to 20 minutes here. I do want to answer any questions, though, that people have. Did I make it confusing, or did I clear things up?
It was great. I thought it was really great. I thought it was super helpful.
Yeah, good. And we get asked all the time, can I eat this? Can I eat this? Can I eat this? Can I eat this? Think in your head, simple. Carbs, and some of you may be on this call rolling your eyes going, this is stupid. I know this already. But we don't understand, guys. People don't know this. That's why I'm doing this call, because I'm running into people every day that doesn't know what a carbohydrate is, doesn't know any of this. So I just wanted to make it as simple. Tomorrow night's call actually is going to be longer because I do focus a lot more, like I told you, on individual sports. But if no one has any questions, anybody have any questions? You guys are all quiet tonight. I'm looking over here. Yes, lentils are really good. And lentils are a good source that people ask, some of your vegetarians, they say, what protein source can I have because I don't eat meat? Lentils is a good one. And tofu is another one. And beans is another one, okay? Beans are like wonderful. I hope everyone eats their beans and their spouses around.
And Tara?
Balanced snacks, Diana, yes. Yes, the biggest examples I give are the apple and the nut butter and the hummus and the vegetables. Hard-boiled eggs is another one. I always tell people hard-boiled eggs. That's more just a solely protein source. Berries. If you have berries, though, berries are a carbohydrate, so you want to have some type of fat with it. So I'm one of those weird ones that like just eats like the nut butter out of the jar. Like I don't need it on anything. I just put a spoon in and eat it. So that's the way I get my fats, or a handful of almonds. Also on our page, you can make your own. I recommend making your own type of protein balls or bars, something with balanced carbohydrates. Because if you go to the store like Walmart, that's what we have around here, and you get a granola bar. First of all, the granola bar section's like, I don't know, 50 yards long. I mean, it's like a huge section. It's so overwhelming. And there's so many bad granola bars out there, like really bad granola bars out there. And with the marketing ploys of the companies nowadays, they say whole grains, 100% whole grains. And the moms are like, oh yeah, this is perfect. And they put in their car. I'm like, no. You got to look at the ingredients. If sugar is like high on the list, or if it's very high in sugar, you do not want them. Let me just 1 second here. These Lara bars are really good because they have minimal ingredients. Yes, they're more expensive, but this is like what I get my boys. We eat some Luna bars in our house. You got to watch these though. These are a little bit higher in sugar, but it is a good choice for kids because it is healthier than those Nature Valley bars. Mind bars. We got a lot of these in the house. And then, of course, Gail and I have our own little stash of more healthier ones in our... Honey, can you go get some of those granola bars out of our... we keep them in the bedroom. Okay. Because all the kids won't eat them. No kids won't eat them. Let's see. What else are you guys writing over here? But, Diana, do you have, like, recipes for protein balls or bars? Stuff that you know what goes in them, like oats and almond butter and vanilla. Do you have those recipes? If not, I can share them with you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do. I often get asked by people who are new, to the program after they've done their initial 30 days and they're looking for more snacks, if they're doing like real food snacks as opposed to isogenic snacks during the day. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of times they can't, they say they want something quick and easy, so they don't really necessarily want to be making protein balls. So those are good ideas.
Yeah. Here's another one. These are new. Do you ever see these? Cliff nut butter filled bars. And these kind ones. These are also good choice. And then your answer to bread there. Honey, can you get the bread out of the refrigerator? Sorry. Bread is like, I don't eat bread. I'll tell you that much. But if you're going to choose bread, you want to, Ezekiel bread is one of my top choices. And Rudy's bread, and he's going to get what we order. We get this ordered. We order this by the case. Here, just throw it over here. Here. This is what we buy. Dave's Good Seed Killer Bread. Okay, we get that. We order that. It's called Dave's Killer Bread. It's organic, good seed. You want to look at the ingredients. Another thing is when they say whole wheat flour versus 100% whole wheat flour, there's a difference. Whole wheat flour, when you take it in, it's confusing because people are like, I'm eating right. I'm eating the one that says whole wheat flour. When it converts in your body, it converts into sugar. You don't want that. You want the 100% whole wheat flour. There's a huge difference, guys. And enriched flour, if you turn your bread and enriched flour is at all on the ingredients, you want to stay away from that. It doesn't even need to be the first one. Enriched flour, as long as it's on there somewhere, you want to stay away from that bread because that's that simple carbohydrate. That's the ones we don't want too much of. Genevieve. Yes, non-GMO. Yep, we try to stay non-GMO. Ezekiel bread is perfect. Yes, excellent choice. And there's a lot. Oh, you know what else? Your nut butters. look at the ingredients. A lot of them add sugar and they add oils. All you want is the nut. You just want, this is my favorite almond butter. I order it from California by the case. It's called Maisie Jane's almond butter. And all it is dry roasted California almonds. That's it. A lot of people say, Tara, I got the Walmart has almond butter and I got it. And it wasn't expensive. As soon as they say it's not expensive, I said, can you look at the side of that and just make sure that there's no added oils or sugars? And every single time there is. So like it is more expensive, guys. I know that. And I know sometimes money's an issue. If money's an issue, then do peanut butter. Okay. I'd rather peanut butter over the almond butter with the added sugar. That makes sense. Any other questions? You just have to, another snack, Diana. I always have chicken breast in the fridge. I put chicken over some greens with a little like balsamic vinegar. I know. Dawn, do you have any ideas of any other snacks or anybody?
You know, I tend to stick with the same things just to keep it simple and not, like, I do hard-boiled eggs quite a bit. Robin will tell you that I maybe do a few too many almonds, but I'm a big almond eater. I keep it really simple because the simpler I keep it, the less likely I am to get off course and get myself all turned around.
Exactly. And I do agree. I think people make this more complicated sometimes than it is because they're used to eating high caloric snacks like a Snickers bar that has ingredient lists like this long. And you know, the simpler, the less ingredients that are in something, the better it is for you. And I personally find I like to make the stuff just because I know what's going in it. But that's just me. What about people that are looking to gain weight and people that are really wanting to gain weight in order to well, you want to up, if you want to gain weight. See, this call was, I'm trying to stay away from too much isogenic stuff. Genevieve, did you want me to go into that?
No, I don't even necessarily need you to go into it. I was wondering if today or tomorrow it was going to be addressed. No, not isogenics at all. It's actually, I know at least one or two people that were going to be on this call for that particular reason. They wanted to know about that, and they don't do. They're mostly vegetarian, vegan stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
You want to increase your calories. Increase your, like, so if you're first of all, and you're MyFitnessPal, you set it as, I want to lose 1 pound a week. I want to lose 2 pounds a week. I want to gain 1 pound a week. I want to gain 2 pounds a week. So what you set it at, the MyFitnessPal is going to knock out a number, and you want to stick to that number. So if they want to gain 2 pounds a week, or I'm not a week, but they want to gain half a pound a week, then it's going to tell you the amount of calories that you should be eating. And then you still want to follow the 30, 40, 30, or the 40, 30, 30. You still want to follow that, but you're eating more calories, but it's going to spit the higher number out of you versus someone who's trying to lose weight. It's going to still be 40, 30, 30, but at a lower.
Okay, but that was actually a big, that was really helpful. I didn't know if it was actually going to change the macros either if somebody's trying to gain. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good. Would you be willing to share Tara's favorite healthy foods list? Yeah. In general, I'm like Dawn. I eat the same. I eat very similar every day. I do eat very similar because I know it falls within my macros. And when you go at the end of the day and you get 40, 30, 30, and you're like, yes, I did it. You're like, I'm just going to repeat today, the same thing tomorrow because I just hit it. Because there's some days where you're like 50, 20, 30, and you're like, oh, I missed it. It's so hard to get that exact ratio that when you find it, you're like right on. For me personally, I do not eat any carbohydrates after noon at all. That's my personally. My body doesn't respond too well to carbohydrates, so I stay away from them. I do eat a lot of vegetables, chicken, a lot of vegetables, and my mid-morning snack is 1/2 cup of gluten-free oats with 2 tablespoons of almond butter. That's a very high calorie snack, guys. 150 calories for the gluten-free oats and 200 calories that's a 350 calorie snack. That's higher than what we recommend, but I do exercise a lot. So my calorie intake's a little bit higher. So you can take them lower end, but I put the oats, water, and then I put some almond butter in and I mix it all together. It tastes yummy. Mid-afternoon snack is usually hard-boiled eggs. Again, I try to stay away from the carbs in the afternoon. And then I have my shake for breakfast and lunch every day, and I have my BBB before bed every night. So guilty pleasure foods. Yeah, you got to watch out for those. Those chips, I've seen those at the store, and every time I look, you know what? I let my kids occasionally have those chips, but personally, I don't eat them. But yes, if you are a tortilla chips and salsa person, salsa is awesome for you. I mean, salsa is really good for you. Just don't get, like some of the salsa, you just got to look that not too high in sugar. Some like mango salsa has a real high in sugar. But if you're going to get chips, go with the, like Kimberly said there, go with the quinoa, flax. Just look for simple ingredients. Yeah. You want the ones that are kind of baked. Hummus, avocados. Avocado, yes, avocados. Go raw cookies. Go raw are good. Gail doesn't like them, so I don't buy them anymore because they just kind of sat here. But yeah, go raw are good. Okay. Yeah. That's a good idea, Diana, after the first 11 days. We stay away from dairy in that first 11 days. But yeah, Greek yogurt is a good idea because that's protein. You have to watch Greek yogurt, though. When I started liking Greek yogurt years ago, it came in one flavor, plain. Okay. Now, have you seen the Greek yogurt section at the store? It's hard. Like, really, guys, look at, do you know which one? I'll tell you which Greek yogurt's the best. 000. Does anyone heard of that one? 000. Let me get it out of the refrigerator. 1 second. This is what it looks like. Oikos 000. Okay. Much lower in sugar, very high in protein. 22 grams of protein for 1 cup, 0 grams of fat. And 8 grams of sugar, which, okay, it may seem high, guys, but this is like the lowest one of the lowest ones you're going to find. Okay. And you know who told me this? A registered dietitian. I asked her, I said, come on, tell me, out of all these Greek yogurts, which one's the best one to choose? And this is the one she told me. So this is the only one I buy in this house. I buy vanilla. Gail eats it. I don't eat it. I don't eat dairy. So, but yeah, that's a good one. And you can add avocado to it. Yeah, well, that's a what's that word? Savory way of eating your Greek yogurt. I go more sweet. I put like berries in it. But yeah, that's. I hope people got some ideas, or maybe you wrote these down to tell all of your people. But basically, the gist of the call: you have to know your macros, guys. If your diet is 70% carbohydrates and your goal is weight loss, fat loss, it isn't going to happen. Okay? Your body needs protein, your body needs fat, and your body needs carbs. For the average person that doesn't exercise or exercises minimally, the proper breakdown is 40, 30, 30. Okay? And everyone's calories are different. That's why I'm not even talking calories, because my calories are like 2,800 a day. But my breakdown could be 40, 30, 30, but it's really high calories. So you have to enter that stuff in MyFitnessPal. And as an accountability, be my friend on MyFitnessPal. I'm Fit Mommy, FIT, Mommy Flaig, Flaig, Fit Mommy Flaig. Friend me on there. I love it. I love cheering people on. I love when people, it shows me when you guys, it doesn't tell me what you eat, but it tells me that you've logged in, and it's real fun. It's kind of like Fitbit, where you can cheer your friends on and stuff and like things. So friend me on MyFitnessPal. I'm on there every day. Any more questions? Okay. Well, that's the end of that portion. I'm going to actually press stopping recording, and we are going to go into some announcements. Let me just press stop here.